guys, it's Rose. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. So today I am doing my design team project for the ever lovely Rachel and Bella Crafts. I am working with the Rosy Blooms kit and I am having so much fun. So when I was cutting out this kit, I was cutting out all these fabulous bits and pieces. Every single piece of this and everything you see here is all from the kit. Fantastic stuff, lots and lots in it. But as I was cutting them out, I started playing around with these corner pockets, and I had another idea in my head for the video, and we will get to that, but I just wanted to show you guys this first. So I played around with the placement and different kind of what's the word I'm looking for, different ways to kind of interlock the pockets and things like that, and I came up with this idea and I really love it. Now I'm sure it's nothing new, I'm sure plenty of people have done this before, but this is what I came up with the other night as I was cutting. So if we take out this ephemera, you will see here that there were 6 pockets in the kit, these little corner tucks, and I have just flipped one, put them kind of side by side to make a little envelope shape and stacked them. So I thought that was really cute, and I have it on one of the pages from the kit as well. I've just embellished a tiny bit on the pockets. This little heart down here, it's actually one of these wooden hearts. They just come from the equivalent of a dollar store, pound shop deals it's called here in Ireland. It's not quite a pound shop, but it is one of those kind of thrifty cheapy shops. So that was one of those, and I just glued a piece of the paper onto it, a piece from the kit, and I embossed it with clear embossing powder, and I tore a little piece of gold paper behind it, just in the rough shape of a heart, and gave it a nice embellishment. So can you see the shine on that? You can. There you go. So that is that. And then I just stuffed them full of ephemera. Now a lot of these pieces aren't backed and finished yet. I was just excited to get on and show you guys. So a pretty lady in there, isn't she gorgeous? And this piece here was just crying out to me to be made into some sort of a notebook or a booklet or something. So what I've done, I've just taken it and glued it to the bottom corner of a page and then folded up the page. Now it's not a full page, this was a piece of scrap paper, and it just folds out into a writing spot. So I thought that was really cute. So that sits in there. And we have this little piece down here, and it just tucks in like so. And in the center pocket we have this beautiful letter piece. Absolutely gorgeous. Now there is a date on this, 1780 something, I think, June 1780 something. The rose hides the rest of it, but so pretty, and I thought that looked perfect, just popping out there. This is just a small little card piece that was in the kit. It is a piece of the ephemera, it's not cut out of the paper. And again, not backed or anything yet, but I will be backing them and things like that. So that sits in there behind our lady. And in the top pocket I have taken this larger piece of ephemera, which I love the colouring and the tone on this, and the rose that Rachel has put down in the bottom corner was perfect as well. So I turned that, it won't quite fit this way, it comes out the top of the pocket, but I turned it this way and I pop it down there. It comes just level with the top of the page, so it's perfect, and the rose is peeking out. Then there are several of these photographs. I think, is it 6 or 8? I think it's 8 photographs in the kit. Absolutely beautiful portrait images. And now there is the photographer's piece along the bottom on them. Let's see if I can pull one out here for you. So they do come with this extra piece down here, and this one had the photographer's name. This one actually does as well, you just can't see it very well on the camera. But I just cut that off just to make it fit in here. Now Rachel also provided this piece, which is the back of a cabinet card. Now it doesn't quite fit our image here, but I am going to glue that to the back and I'll trim it down. So she will sit in there. and this little tag piece was also in the kit. Again, I will be punching the hole and stringing something through that. I will back it onto something, but I just wanted to give you the idea of this page, and this is what I had done. But I am not quite finished with it. So as I was playing even more after putting this together, I came up with another little idea that I wanted to do, because I wanted to use some more of the kit. I'm actually really enjoying, this isn't for a journal. I don't have a journal started for it. I had intended on making a couple of standalone pieces, but this idea popped into my head and it just had to be made. But this is ready to go into a journal when I'm ready to put it in a journal, or if I'm making a journal that it will fit. And I'm really just enjoying having no pressure. There's no pressure to finish a journal or anything like that. I was just playing and putting a page together because I had the idea, and I really am enjoying that, and I think I will be doing more of that. I really liked it. Okay, kind of puts me in mind of Mandy over at Sunflowers Indoors with her page layout series, actually, thinking about it. Really nice to just make pages as opposed to a journal sometimes. So that's that. Now the second idea I had, I was playing with the large tags that come in the kit, and I am going to put a little, almost like a corset, it'll almost end up like a belly band around it. Now I can see my fold here isn't quite right, so I'm going to have to fix that, but it's going to look something like this. Okay, so I thought I had it started, and I thought I would finish this piece with you on camera, and then we will go and do the other piece. I'll show you the other piece that I was doing. So I'm just going to try and, I mean, this does look like it is straight, but when I put it against here, it's not quite straight. So I took the tags, I backed them onto another piece of the paper from the kit. So this is what we have. Now, what I am doing here, because this is going to be going into a journal, on this side with the fold, this is going to end up bound into the journal. So when we have it like this and we go to bind it in our journal, it's going to be sewn through. So that is going to be awesome. But on this side, we need to attach it. So I was thinking that I would possibly make a little pocket out of this. Okay, so I'm going to glue it on these two sides, maybe even the three sides, just to make it more stable. I'm just trying to think, what do I want to do? And I could make it shorter. I could, probably not here at this side, but I could bring it down in a slant like so. And that might be really cute. Actually, I think I will do that. So I'm just going to mark with my pencil how far down I want it to come. And I do think I want it around there. So I'm going to take it from this very corner here down to here. I'm just going to get my cutting mat. Oh, my little pieces are falling out. And we can do that. I hope everybody's doing okay, guys. We are all back to normal here for the most part. If you weren't aware, my other half did manage to contract COVID recently. But he didn't get very sick with it, thankfully, and yeah, he's over the worst of it. He's still not 100% right, but he's getting there. So I hope you guys are all staying safe, that you had a lovely Easter weekend. I didn't do anything particularly out of the ordinary, but I had a lovely weekend. Here, I'm going to put this aside. I can use that for something at some point, I'm sure. And I'll get this inked up. Okay, so before we actually glue this down, I want to get the closure sorted. So I am going to do a policy closure. Now I do have my bits here ready, cut and waiting for us. So there we go. Before I had this idea, I had actually already taken the hole out of the top of this one, but our circles are going to close that, so that will be fine. So I'm just going to lay the two of these here. These are the circles I'm having on top, and I'll be putting these ones on the back. They're just cut from a cereal box, as you can see. Okay, so let us get our crocodile, and I'm using the 1/16 or the 1/8 punch, sorry. Is it 1/8? I think it's 1/8, yeah. And I'm going to punch those little holes. Just going to double check this one because it doesn't look quite right. Yeah, perfect. Second guessing myself I am. There we go. Okay. And I have my two little brads here. And these are teeny tiny brass brads. Well, fingers and thumbs again today. There we go. Now I don't want these to be too tight, but I do want them laying relatively flat. So I'm going to just grab my pliers and just give a small squeeze. I'm not squeezing them all the ways, but just a small squeeze, enough that this will actually still move a little bit. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Okay, so that's what we have right now. Actually, it's the other way around. There we go. Gonna look like that. It's gonna look so cute. And I'm going to tie my string onto this now as well. Will I, or will I wait? I'll wait. We'll get the these circles glued down. Might do the string. That might be the very last thing we'll do, because it'll just get in the way of everything and it'll get glue all over it and all that sort of stuff. So we'll just wait till the end to do that part. Okay, so we're going to get our circle right on there, covering our brad. Lovely jubbly. That'll look all nice and neat. And I love the colour of this cardstock as well. It just lends itself so well to the vintage vibe and the vintage feel. And all I did was ink the edge of it. Love it. Okay. There we have those pieces. Awesome. Yeah, that's going to look so pretty. Okie dokie. So we need to get our pieces put down. Okay, so let's look at getting this into place. I want it very central. It doesn't have to be spit spot perfect, but relatively good. I think that's pretty okay there. Let's turn it over. And I'm going to glue just these two sides here. Okay. And of course I'm after moving the whole thing again, but we'll get it back. No biggie. Now I really want to make sure that I don't get glue past this fold line here, because that will hamper the opening of those little doors. It's a very pretty spring day here today. I was downtown earlier on and it was just buzzing. Everybody seems to be feeling spring, which is lovely. Bit too much glue there. No. Of course I have a bit too much glue all told. But I want to make sure that it's going to stick pretty well, because it's only going to be stuck on the two sides. Alright, let's get rid of the glue that's on my fingers anyway, for a start, before I do anything else. Okay. So, just get my positioning back here again. Again, just trying to make sure that it is relatively central. That's pretty good. Put it right up to that edge of that page. And the job's a good one. Okay, just going to keep that pressed for a second. Shouldn't take very long at all. And we have the pocket. That's going to look really cute. I mean, it's a different place to have a pocket on a page, but I like it. Okay, so that one is in place. Awesome. Right to you. Maybe I should have, looking at that now, I'm thinking maybe I should have actually glued that side as well. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to just try and get some glue into that edge here as well, because I think things will fall out of it. That's okay, we live and learn. We live and learn. Just going to take my wipe and make sure that glue doesn't come across that fold. Okay, I think that will be a little better. Yeah, okay. Perfect. Right, so that's that one. Let's get the other one situated. Now, how am I going to attach this? Because really it's going to be attached when we glue in, or sorry, when we sew in our signatures. But I don't want it to be just flapping around the place for now. I do want to kind of attach it in some way. Okay, so I think I'm going to just paper clip it for the time being. And it will probably stay paper clipped until I go to bind it in a journal, because I really don't want to stick that down. And it's thick enough as well that if I stuck it just even to the edge of the page, that it would hamper its movement over and back, and I don't want to do that. Plus I want to be able to work on this page as well. Okay, so we have that sorted as much as it's going to get sorted for now. Next thing is our string. Now I have this lovely furry wool, or yarn as you would say in the States, and I thought it pulled the colours from here really well, so I'm going to use this. Now because we haven't eyeletted our little policy closure pieces, I'm sorry, just get that in there. And we left a little bit of room behind the bread. We have enough room to slip our thread under. Okay, I'm just going to tie a box knot. And there we have our little page that I will put into a journal at some point. So, and it keeps all that ephemera nice in there, and it gives you a little surprise when you open it up. I love it. Okay, so that is that part. I'm really liking that. Now I may put some laces and things down here. I might put little pockets on the front of this. Probably not finished with this yet either. Don't know yet, but onwards. So I had hanging around in my stash for a long time these two pieces of card, and they're just a strange shape. I cannot remember what they came out of, but they do, it does look like it was a ribbon or something wrapped around it. I'm not sure, I don't know. And I was playing around with different ideas for it and all the rest of that, and this is one piece that I have made. So as you can see, I've just taken this piece and I have glued some of Rachel's pieces onto it, and it looks amazing. I have just added some vellum stickers with gold writing on there, and it folds up into a journal. I was thinking that, let's see, have we a pocket here? Yeah, we have a couple of pocket pieces here. So I was thinking that it could just hang over the edge of a pocket like this, or even over the edge of a page looking at it now. And when you pull it out, you have your little flip down and little spaces on the back. Very pretty paper on the back. So I just think as a standalone ephemera piece, I think that's really sweet. Love the idea of having it hanging over the top of the pocket, and this looks like a tab. It looks really interesting. Okay, so let us, now I have the pieces cut and ready to go to make that again, but I just really, oh that's not supposed to be in there. I just really liked how that looked, just like that, and I think that would make an absolutely awesome belly band. What do you guys think? Should I leave it as a belly band? Isn't it so pretty? Okay, so I'm going to get this stuck down first of all. I think I will make it into a belly band. So we're not going to need this other piece of paper, which is fine. I'll use that for something else. But I particularly liked this piece, this rose banner down here, and the colouring in the background. This is an absolutely stunning kit, by the way. If you haven't seen it or looked at it, do hop over to Rachel Bella Crafts on Etsy. I will have it linked below, and there's also a discount code in the box below for you guys. You get a sweet discount in their shop. Yeah, so I'm going to get this stuck down and I'll be right back to you guys. Okay, so I have that glued down and I have just folded the pieces around the inside. In fact, I'm actually sorry that I didn't fold all the pieces around. I forgot that I was using this as a belly band. But anyway, it's no matter. It won't be seen. It's just that I would prefer to have the folded edges rather than raw edges. That's just a personal preference. It's not necessary. So I could just leave this totally like this and it would make a beautiful belly band just by itself. But we don't want to do that. We're going to go further. So I have decided that I'm going to put a little bit of lace down each of these pieces. Just like so. Obviously this will be cut, but you know, for demonstration purposes right now. And I am going to go and do 3 more of these hearts and I'm going to get those on there. I was trying to think, it needed something extra and I was trying to think what I wanted, and I could have done circles, but I thought why not use the hearts. I've used it in the page that we were doing, and this will probably go in the same journal. I'd imagine if the other page will work, this will work in a journal together. So yeah, there's that. Now I'm just after spotting over here these green buttons. That is a vintage button card. Just trying to I don't know how vintage. I mean, these came from the charity shop, but it looks quite vintage. Been around a little while, but I'm just trying to think, do I want to actually take the buttons off the card and use it? And I don't think I do right now. But would they have looked cute? Yeah, I think buttons would look adorable there as well though. Oh my lord, now I'm in a tizzy. Alright, I'm going to pull out some buttons and have a look. I think plainer buttons might work. Look at that. That's kind of cute. But I don't have an, oh I do have another one. And that's a nice flat button as well. Quite thick but flat. Let me see. I have 3 of those. Oh my goodness, that's kind of perfect. But I don't know. I don't know. What should I do? I need to make a decision. Okay, so I'm going to go and get the lace cut and put down. Okay, that's a start. That's a decision made. Okay, so I have gone ahead and covered those hearts, and I decided to go with the hearts instead of the buttons, simply because the buttons are too thick and I feel they'd be very, very thick in a journal. So they'd be great for using on the front of a page or something that peeks out over the top or the side, but I feel that in the middle of a journal it'll be just too much. Now the hearts are slightly thick as well, but they're not as thick as the buttons, so that was the deciding factor in the end, because I really couldn't make a decision on that. I was struggling. Okay, so on the middle section of this one too, I decided to use one of the photographs from the kit and just have that in there as though it's a little keepsake. Now I do think a little charm or something may be coming off of here, and you know what, I'm actually going to go and do that. Let's see what we can find, and I think it'll make a lovely standalone piece without putting any journaling or anything on the back. I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to just leave it as a decorative piece. Now I'd like something framing almost here as well, but I just can't. I've had to think about it and I just can't figure out what it is I actually want. If I do come up with that, I'll come back and let you guys know, but for the time being I'm going to leave it. So for now I'm going to put a charm on here. We need to get an eyelet in there. Okay, so we have our little eyelet on there, and the charm. Okay, so there we have it. So I guess essentially we've had 3 different pieces today, which is awesome. I was actually very inspired by the kit. Here we go, and our page is here. So imagine if I were to tuck this paper clip off for a second. If I were to tuck this in here, like so, and we have our little charm dangling off. Isn't that so cute? Very cute. Push it down here a little bit. Yeah, I think that's lovely. So we've had 3 different projects today, guys. We've gotten a 3 for the price of 1. That could go on there. It actually would make a really nice side tuck also, or just even decoration. It doesn't have to be a tuck piece. That's actually really nice on that page. I mean, obviously when they come from the same kit they're going to coordinate, so this just goes to show that Rachel's kit does coordinate very, very well. That is lovely. Wonder what it would look like on here. That would be awesome. I even just put it into the center as the belly band. Beautiful. I think that came out really, really nice. I'm actually really pleased with that, and I'm very glad I used the hearts as well, because I think it really stands out. Yeah, so that is it for me for today, guys. As I said, 3 is the price of 1. How bad? Really, really enjoyed making these ones. I just had so much fun with that. Yeah, and you might end up seeing more things like this from me. I do think that this needs a little bit more something, but I am not sure what I want to put on there. Again, if I do come up with what I want, I will take a photograph and put it at the end of the video. And that's it. Okay, you guys, so as I was figuring out another few bits and pieces here, which I will go through with you in a second, my string here got tangled around itself because there's so many fibres coming off it, winding it around and back. It got tangled in itself and I almost had to rip the whole thing apart to get it off. So just a heads up, I guess, if you are using these policy closures, don't use hairy string. That mohair type wool or yarn, that kind of thing. It just, this stuff, it just got caught all up around itself. So yeah, I probably should have thought of that before I put it on there, but you know, we live and learn. So as you can see, I have done one or two other little things to this piece. I have put these doilies down here. I have put down the butterflies. These are just die cuts. I cut them out of patterned paper and I have done some foiling on them. They are pretty, but I'm still not happy with the piece. I still feel like it needs a little something else and I can't figure it out. So it probably won't be figured out by the time I have the video finished and editing and all the rest of that. But I'm going to leave it on my desk so that the next couple of times I come in, I'll get a fresh look at it. And that's a bit of a tip for you guys. If you're struggling with something like that, put it aside and kind of come back to it a few hours later, and the first glance will often tell you exactly what it is that you think you want on the piece. So that is it from me for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed my wanderings and trying to figure out what I wanted. I hope you enjoyed the kit. The kit is absolutely stunning. Don't forget to go over and have a look at that on Rach and Bella's shop. And don't forget to use the discount code in the link, or the discount code in the box below, sorry, if you are hopping over there. So yeah, have a great day guys. I will be back very soon with another video. Bye.